The name Dr. Seuss, he started using while he was at Dartmouth because he had been caught drinking, and he was the editor of their humor magazine. And the punishment was that none of the kids would be able to do any more extracurricular activities. So he wasn't allowed to continue on at the Jack-o'-lantern. But he couldn't bear to not be drawing. He was a political cartoonist, a budding political cartoonist. So that's when he decided, instead of signing his own name, he would use what I think was his mother's maiden name, Seuss. And he kept drawing under the name Seuss.
Wow.
Just delving into his history just gets more and more interesting. Why he wrote for children. He said, well, I want to influence the way people think.
Yeah.
And I realized that as a political cartoonist, I'm speaking to adults. The truth is, most adults have their minds made up about what they think. And so if you want to have an opportunity to influence thinking, that's why he went to children whose minds are not fully formed. But most of the values and lessons that are not front and center, but they are undeniable when you step back and look at the impact of these stories. And you think about children having these stories read to them over and over again, it actually does. It stays with them, and so he was a fascinating man. There is an enormous responsibility that we feel when you're making a movie that is going to be seen in most of the cultures around the world by half our audience are kids or families, half our audiences are not now, but there's a tremendous responsibility, and a responsibility for, okay, what are you putting out into the world? And that doesn't mean that, again, doesn't mean that you should be preachy, because the minute people shut down, means, but what greater opportunity would you ever have in one's life to contribute something that could help maintain a positive balance than making a film that is such a shared experience?